who's not going. Nacho, Trace, Golston, Graham, and then Stinney. They just had a baby about 2 hours ago. So it's another one, him and his wife, first son. So pretty cool.
How's Andrew Thomas been, and do you expect him to be able to handle now full workload? Has he built up to that point?
I think he feels good. We'll see how it goes, throughout the game. But definitely more reps than he played. I think we'll just see where he's at. But he's in a good spot. Feels better. Gotten better each week. It's good news to have him out here.
You said on Monday you're going to evaluate everything. Obviously, we've been focused on one change. Just curious, are you making any other changes, or is quarterback enough for 1 week?
Again, I think we play a lot of guys playing different spots. So, we'll do what we think each week we need to do.
How was this week big for you? Like, it's obviously a big change to change your quarterback in the middle of the season.
Yeah, you got to have blinders on. You got to, get ready to play a game against a good team. You have your meetings. You go through, meet with the defense, offense, special teams, have meetings, have practice. Status quo.
How much extra have you been meeting with Jackson?
I meet with him, throughout the year. It's only been the first few weeks. I meet with him on every Tuesday. Him and I, we go through a few different tapes. But all the quarterbacks, quarterback's a position where there's guys in here, early, they stay late. There's a lot of stuff to do with quarterbacks, so I would say not much different.
I think it was reported that you spent 10 hours, you met with Jackson for 10 hours on Tuesday. Is that true? And then what did you spend the time?
I met with him on Tuesday. I don't know. I mean, we meet a long time. I don't know the punch a clock or anything or look at how long we met. But we met like we normally meet. Probably a little bit longer this time just because there was some more things to go through. But quarterbacks are here a long time. I would say all the quarterbacks are.
Dave, you've talked about how you feel like when you're the quarterback, you're not just in front of the offense, you're in front of the entire team. And people back at Ole Miss talked about how Jackson was really involved, offense, defense. Go talk to guys on special teams. Have you seen that part of his personality come out this week? Now that he's the starter.
I've seen that personality come out since he's been here. He's got a good way about himself. Interacts with a lot of different people in the building, not just the players, but I would say the staff, defense, kicking game, trainers, strengths guys, people in the cafeteria. He's got a good personality that way.
How have you seen that, I guess, to follow up, evolve, I guess, this week as he's the starter? I guess, does he come into more of a leadership? Kind of, are you seeing that come out?
No, he's getting ready to play a game. So he's dialed in in the meetings, focused, coming out here, doing what he needs to do at practice. He's getting ready to play a game.
What do you tell him on Sunday? He's going to do his first career start. What's your advice to a quarterback in that position?
Well, he's prepared. We'll have another good day of preparation and go out there and do what you're coached to do. Play the game the way you know how to play it.
I know you always say you want to take guys' aggression away. Do you advise him about sliding or being a little cautious when he's running the ball?
Yeah, I think there's times to be smart, no question about it. And then there's times where, it's hard to do. You look at all the quarterbacks. I mean, those are some of the tapes that we do go through of when's a good time to slide, when's a good time to try to make some more yards. You don't want to take many unnecessary hits, but he's a guy that's an athletic guy, and I trust him with the ball in his hands. I trust him to make the right decision. Again, those are split-second decisions, Dan, and instincts have to take over, but when to get out of bounds, when to slide, there's certainly times to definitely do that.
Brian, do you think you urgently need a win to reaffirm for ownership that you're the right person to lead this team, or do you think Jackson's presence and the development of him buys you time regardless of how the team performs?
Yeah, the way I look at it every week, Pat, regardless of how many wins or losses that I have, is each week you're trying to do the best you can to get a win. And that's what we try to do. That's what I try to do. And that's what we're going to try to do this week.
A lot is always made about Jackson's swagger.
Yeah.
And we see how it manifests itself in public. I'm just curious, behind the scenes, how does his personality manifest itself in terms of learning and meeting with you behind the scenes, meeting with other guys? Is there a difference, or is it just come out a different way?
No, he's the same guy every day. He's got a good personality. He's outgoing. He's a good communicator. He's a jokester at times. But when it comes to football, he's all business. In terms of his preparation. Again, he calls me late at night last night, about red zone, where they got it, and it's pretty late. I said, get some sleep. We'll hit it in the morning. But he's on, and it's all football for him.
How much pressure do you feel for this to work relatively quickly? Because you're 0-3. I know you have a rookie quarterback. You say no rookie's really ready to play, but you kind of need results at the same time. So
Just focus on this week, Jordan. I think that's what you need to do. Do what you need to do each week to try to improve, put together a good plan for the whole team, not just the quarterback, but the whole team, and go out there and play and coach as good as you can.
How have you seen the rest of the players respond to the change?
It's been good. I think it's most important that we just everybody does their job as good as we can do it. And Jackson has a job, and it's not solely on Jackson. It's not solely ever on a quarterback, but it's his first start. So, I'm sure there'll be there's going to be some ups and downs. There always is when you're playing young players, and particularly at that spot. So keep a level head, keep improving, make good decisions, take care of the football. You don't have to go out there and be a hero or do anything like that. Just do your job.
Has there been any lesson, because you've gone through this with multiple young quarterbacks, in this first kind of start, what you've learned throughout the years to kind of tell them, or has anything stuck?
I think every situation is different. It's different. So each person is different. Each situation is different. You do the best job you can with the person that you're working with. And I enjoy working with Jackson.
Two more.
Why did you believe Jackson would give you a better chance to win this week than James?
I think Jackson's done a good job since he's been here. He's played well in the preseason. Again, he's done everything we asked him to do. And again, like I said the other day, that's why I decided to go with him.
Dave, when we met with you yesterday talking about the idea of the decision to practice outside in the rain versus inside, at one point you had talked about the medical people and you kind of used air quotes.
I heard about that.
Was that what was your feeling on that? What was the idea behind it?
Well, we have a group. It's not all medical people, should I say. There's a groundskeeper on it. There's a head equipment manager on it. And anytime there's certain type of weather, I'll say, hey, I'd like to do this. And there's about 7 people that talk about, here's my thoughts on it, whether it's legs on the turf, whether it's slick, we got new fields. LY is in it, my assistant. So there's a fair amount of communication between Rob Davis, the guy that does the fields, Slay, Ronnie, Aaron Wellman, LY. And I talk to those guys pretty much on a daily basis. When there's, I'd say, concerns with the fields, if there's concerns with the fields.